What is going on, Wastelanders? It is me, the Lone Vault Wanderer, and I'm here with another Fallout 4 update. Now, before I get into it, I would like everybody, if you want to, please follow me on Twitter. I love the interaction on that site. Not many people that are subscribed to me are following me on Twitter, so the link is in the description. Please check it out if you have the time. But today's topic is about Fallout 4, of course, and it was rumored for a little while that the game could potentially be announced on the Great War date, October 23rd, or more so that it would be a nice idea because it would simply fit well with the lore of the game. It was never really based on any concrete evidence, it was just more speculation and rumor from the fans, and I think because of that, people really got their hopes up, and unfortunately, it's still the 23rd, by North American standards, but it seems that the game is not going to be announced. I believe it's around 5 o'clock in Los Angeles time as I'm recording this video, and it just doesn't seem like anything's going to come of it. Bethesda have already had some activity on their website with regards to the sale of a particular t-shirt, and I think they had an update today saying how there's going to be a discount about it or something of that nature, but it doesn't seem like Fallout 4 is going to be announced. It doesn't seem like we're going to get a tease. It doesn't seem like we're going to get a trailer or anything like that. And to be honest, whilst I wasn't really vocal about it, I think I talked to a few people about this topic in particular, I never really thought that the Great War date, October 23rd, was a strong possibility for a Fallout 4 announcement. I want to quickly give my reasons why. First of all, October 23rd today is just too close to the release of The Evil Within. Bethesda is really pushing that game, and usually post-launch, there's several weeks, if not months, of the particular publisher really going at it with a particular game that's been released, and really pushing that game with marketing, with, from social media outlets. They really tried to push a particular game that's just been released. And given the game was released October 14th in North America and Europe, I believe it was the 16th in Australia, and in fact, today, it's being released in Japan. So it's just too close to the release of another game that Bethesda as a publisher is trying to produce and is trying to market and publicize. It's just too close to announce or reveal another blockbuster title, because all of Bethesda's fans and all of the publicity which surrounds Bethesda as a very large publisher is going to shift from The Evil Within to Fallout 4, and that's going to severely hinder The Evil Within in terms of sales, in terms of publicity, and Bethesda don't want that. They want each and every one of the games that they publish to do very well, and the fact is that Fallout will get the publicity no matter when they announce the game, whether it's on the Great War date or whether it's next year. Evil Within probably does not have that kind of luxury, so Bethesda doesn't really want to have another blockbuster release, one that is on par to a game like Fallout because it is so popular, because that's going to severely damage any other games which have just recently been released. So that was always my reticence to the October 23rd date being the announcement date of Fallout 4, or having a potential reveal or a leak or anything like that. I just didn't think it was possible in that sense. But also, as well, as I alluded to earlier in the video, this date was merely just a nice idea. It fit well with the Fallout lore, of course, with the Great War date being on this date in the Fallout universe. But just because it's a nice idea does not mean that there will in fact be a Fallout 4 announcement. And like again with the Survivor 2299, people got so excited and then they were only let down. But we have to accept and come to the realization that this was only ever a nice idea. It was never something that had any concrete evidence. It was nothing like the Survivor site when there was actually a semi-legitimate site, what looked to be legitimate anyways, with a countdown timer to a particular date. In this case, Fallout fans were just like, wouldn't it be a nice idea if Fallout 4 was announced on this date because it fits so well with Fallout's lore? Yeah, it would be a great idea. Even Three Dog Eric Todd Dellums summed it up quite brilliantly when he said that, disappointed the lore of October 23rd didn't bring a gift. Would have been a cool symmetry. That's the key word. It would have been a nice symmetry. It would have been something that made logical and rational sense. But sometimes you have to take a step back and say, well, was it realistic for Bethesda to announce a game merely a week after they were trying to push the release of Evil Within, especially when that game was just released in Japan today? Of course, when you look at it from that perspective, it just was not realistic. It just was not something that fans should have expected, but I can understand why there was so much hype around it. So anyways, Wastelanders, where do we go from here? Again, I've said it once and I'll say it numerous times, I still think that we're going to get an announcement at E3 of next year with a marketing campaign similar to Fallout 3 in the lead up to the event, whether that starts early in 2015, possible, later in 2014, I think it's a little less likely. We could see something like a small tease at the VGX and have somewhat of a lead up to E3 2015 until we got like a huge official announcement with gameplay, etc. But I'm definitely still sticking by my prediction. I'm not saying it's, it's going to be completely right or whatever. Just the way things are going, I think that's probably the most likely route that Bethesda is going to take. But anyways, Wastelanders, I'd love to get your thoughts. Keep the faith. This has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and as always, keep fighting the good fight.